Shat from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I'm back with a new video. This is my Witchathon TBR video. This is for the Samhain Witchathon, which is a readathon hosted by Rhiannon at Crescent Moon Reads. I'll link them in the description down below. Their announcement video. There is this year prizes that you can win. So definitely go check that out. If I remember, I'll put a card up here as well, but definitely in the description down below. So Witchathon is a readathon that lasts from October 24th to October 31st. Like I said, this is the Samhain readathon. Samhain is on October 31st. It's like, for those witches who celebrate that holiday, it's like the penultimate holiday for a lot of witches. And the secular holiday is Halloween. This is not a readathon only for people who are witches like myself and Rhiannon, but for whoever would like to participate. This is my TBR, and I went all over the place, back and forth and zigzagging, trying to figure out what to fit for each prompt. The prompts are not hard, it's just matching the prompts with books I want to read. This readathon is special for me besides being a witch because my birthday is November 1st, and I kind of feel like what better way to celebrate having a mini countdown to my birthday than by reading things I want to read. So yay. Let's just get into the prompts. I've already talked too long. So the first prompt is read a book that features your heritage, and for that I decided to go with Tomi Adeyemi's Children of Blood and Bone. And there are black people in this. I am a black person. So yeah. This is a thick one, but that's okay. I haven't read this yet, but I went back and watched a couple of people's videos about it, and I still want to read it, so there we go. Another possibility, which I may or may not finish during the week, is Living Wicca by Scott Cunningham. This is actually the follow-up to Wicca, A Guide to the Solitary Practitioner. For those of you who are witches, particularly Wiccans, this is the first book. This is probably one of, if not the most well-known Wiccan public book out there. So I've read this and finished it years ago. I've owned Living Wicca for pretty much the same amount of time. I've skimmed it but never read it page to page, cover to cover. And I want to. Please ignore the fact that this is a little damaged. My wall sweat. If anyone has books and shelves, not bookcases, but shelves, and they live in a place where the walls actually sweat, let's talk. Give me some advice, because I need it. It's damaging my books. I do not have the space for a bookcase, so I thought shelves would be great. And then, yeah. Moving on. Read a book about communing with the dead, so mediumship, necromancy, etc. The group read should fulfill this, but I'll get to that. I decided to read Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I read earlier this year Vicious. It was my biggest disappointment, but not a bad read. I do want to finish this. I picked this because one of the characters, whose name I forgot, can raise the dead. There's a little girl in the first one that meets up with Victor, And she can bring people back to life, basically, or anyone. There, she is a dog that she brings back to life as well. So yeah, this fits that. And with that, I think this will be the last V.E. Schwab book I'll read. I might read Ghost City, I think it's called. But yeah, anyway. Next up, read a book that is dark and twisted. This was difficult for me. I do like dark and twisted stuff, like really dark and twisted. I couldn't find something that I wanted to read that fit this. And honestly, unless I pick up a book to reread, which I might, um, Vengeful by V. Swat will fulfill this prompt. So, yeah. Um, the other possibility is Wicked Saints, and I think it's Emily Duncan. I'll put it up here. I have an ebook of it, and we'll see. I know there's blood magic in there. Don't know exactly how dark it gets. I honestly don't think it gets all that dark. Um, Compared to what I feel is dark, things don't get dark enough. So, that aside, moving on. Read a book with a pantheon of deities, and for that, I decided the book I'll be reading is Living with a Further Guide for the Solitary Practitioner by Scott Cunningham. Even if I don't read this for the heritage prompt, it will fulfill this one. Wiccans tend to use various pantheons or create their own from others. And yeah, there's a section in here called Deity Concepts 75. Let me just grab it. I honestly don't know how well that would fit. In case it does not, though, there is still Wicked Saints, which I believe one character like has a connection with deities or gods, so I'm expecting that to show up a little bit, if not a lot, in that book. So yeah. Next, read a book with fire on the cover. This is another ebook by Shauna Knight. This ritual facilitation. This was difficult. This is a nonfiction book as well. Shauna Knight is a respected person in the pagan community. She's an artist, but she also is well known for creating rituals and doing talks and workshops on leadership and rituals. And I've been wanting to read this book for a while and forgetting about it. You can see there's like a little circle of fire in the palm there, so that fits. Next up, take a picture of your costume. Now, I don't know how that's gonna go. Well, I get at this point I do. I had surgery 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't sure how healed I would be by the time Witchathon came around, by the time Halloween, Samhain came around. So before that, I went to Camp Anime, which is an event I volunteer at every year, and I dressed up for that. And so if I'm not able to, for whatever odd reasons at this point, go out with my costume during Witchathon, I'll use a picture in my wrap-up of my Mori Girl Strega fashion outfit, one of them or all of them. So yeah, from Camp Anime. So yeah. Last but not least, read the group book, which is Gideon the Ninth. Unfortunately, I've officially decided not to read this. Why, you may ask? I desperately want to. It sounds like something I would enjoy. I, this year, as well as last year, I've been participating in the Beat the Backlist, which means reading no books, no 2019 releases. Basically, I could only read books on my TBR that came out from 2018 or before. Nothing from 2019. Now, I have broken this rule in the past. Not this year, but I broke it last year when it was like books from 2017 and before. No 2018 releases. But to be perfectly honest, as much as I do want to read Gideon the Ninth, that my level of want and hypeness is not as high as it was for the book I broke the rules for last year. So I am going to put it off. It also helps that since most of my books I'm getting from the library, they don't have enough copies available of Gideon the Ninth. So I won't be getting it. Anyway, that makes that decision easier. I hope everyone enjoys reading it. I am sad I will not be participating in the live show this year either. But otherwise, those are my books. I think I have more than enough to read. And I'm be coming off of Spookathon. Pray for me that I actually finish Spookathon on time so there's not any overlap. I'm trying, because in past Witchathons I have started, like the first day of Witchathon, I've still been reading something from before, and I don't want that to happen. That's thrown me off for the rest of the week and the readathon. So yeah, those are my books. Let me know what you think. Definitely go check out Rhiannon's channel to enter the giveaway that they're having, and I will see you guys in my wrap up. I do weekly vlogs. They are not reading specific all the time or even most of the time. The reading is always included because I'm always reading. I will not do because of the way the dates fall for Witchathon. It goes from midway through one week to midway through the next week. There will not be a Witchathon specific vlog, but do look for my weekly vlogs that include those dates, the 24th to the 31st, because I will be chatting about the books I'll be reading for Witchathon in those two vlogs. Otherwise, that's it. Let me know if you're participating in Witchathon and what you think. Have you read any of these books? What do you think of them? Honestly, for the Dark and Twisted one, I might pick up something to reread, and that will be fun because what I'm thinking of are not things that are really talked about on BookTube because they're a little old. I'm also participating half-assedly in Victober, which is reading Victorian literature during the month of October. So we'll see if the little bit of Victorian literature I'm reading this month will fit any of these prompts. Mostly the Dark and Twisted one. I don't want to like double up on another prompt. But yeah, that is all I have to say. Let me know what you're reading in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, Facebook, and you can get a 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop where I make witchy bath and body products and ritual things. So you can find all of that information in the description down below. Bite me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.